Hi everybody, it's Sarah the Livxstitcher, and I'm finally getting around to filming the final part of my cross stitch haul. So for those who maybe haven't seen part 1 or part 2, this will be the third and final part going through magazines that I got off of Facebook Marketplace. I actually haven't counted up how many magazines there were in this tub. This is a tub that's supposed to slide under your bed for storage. So it's quite a few magazines, and so I have the last stack of magazines plus my favorite magazine find from the haul. I'm like, there's a word. And then a couple of it came also with a couple of hardcover books that contain quite a few different patterns, so I have those as well. And yeah, I had intended to get this video up like a month ago, back at the beginning of July, but my July turned into a very hectic, stressful month, and by the time I would get home from work, I'd be so mentally and emotionally drained that I would just go lay down. And so I didn't accomplish a lot in the month of July. But finally getting around to it. So we're going to get started with the look through, and for anyone who hasn't seen any of the previous two, what I've done is I've sorted all of the magazines by brand, and then what I do is I show you the cover of each magazine, and excuse me, and if I've already flipped through them myself, and so if there is a pattern or a couple of patterns in that particular magazine that stuck out to me as ones that I could see myself stitching, I marked them. So if there are any marked, I'll share those. Otherwise, I'm just showing the covers because it would be too crazy hectic to try and flip through every single magazine that came in this box of magazines. So I've got them sorted from oldest to newest on the magazines, and we're going to get started. I just have a couple of brands of magazines left, so we're really down to the final stretch. So the first magazine brand is Cross Country Stitching. This is the February 1992 edition. And the pattern that I have marked is this one. Do they have a name for it? Norwegian Rose. It reminds me of old vintage wallpaper, and I like vintage stuff, so it just kind of stuck out to me. I don't think, looking at it now, that it's one that I could actually see myself taking the time to stitch, but who knows. This is the June 1992 edition. Try to hold it so you all don't get the glare. And then this is the October 1996 edition. I think this was the brand where I was like, not really anything very often stuck out to me in these. This is the June 2003 edition. Could definitely tell the lady who I bought these from the time period that she was stitching in. It was 90s to the early 2000s. That's when everything's been in. This is the April 2004 edition. This one's pretty neat. Just this old style. I don't even know what I would call that style, but also this one's so cute. It's cats and bunnies. It'd be a cute little small. A penny saved is a penny earned. Count your blessings. So the saying's not really much, but I think it's cute. just the little like quilt style of cats. This is the June 2004 edition. And then we've got the August 2004 edition. They're Christmas in July. So it's got a cute stocking. I've got one pattern marked on here. There are these really cute like cats that are made to be like quilted. So I think those are really, really cute. Just cats sitting in a basket. Very cat thing to do. This is the October 2004 edition. It's a really big country shops. So it's a bakery, cheese, and butcher shop. Then we've got the December 2004. This one I think is neat. It's like got the sheet music for holiday music. And as someone who grew up playing the piano and stuff, I don't know. I just think that's neat. This is the February 2005 edition. And the last one for this brand is the December 2005. And it's another one of those piano sheet music style projects. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is share, oops, sorry, there's this random one, which is just a single copy of this brand, Cross Stitch Plus, and I've noticed a theme. Okay, I need something to hide the pattern with. I've noticed a theme in that like little florals, like this rose, it's a peach rose. Little florals like that seem to draw my attention. So, anyways, now I'm going to share one of the hardcover books that came in the box. This is the Best of Vanessa Ann's Cross Stitch collection. So this was published, do I have a published date? Should. Where's the, here we go. 1992. So this is the Best of Vanessa Ann. And I've got a few patterns. I don't know, I had a calendar. Did I show the calendars? There were a couple of calendars that came in this box too, and a couple of these patterns were in, the one was a Vanessa Ann's calendar, and a couple of these patterns were in there. I think this bunny bouquet one was in there, and I think this is so sweet. It reminds me somewhat, I think the Artsy Housewife did a bunny pattern, and this for some reason just makes me think of that pattern, and I think it's really sweet. Just peeking out of the flowers there. And then I also had, this is called No Time to Spare, and it is a rabbit with a clock running, so it's very like Alice in Wonderland adjacent. It could be intended to be the white rabbit, but it's not a white rabbit, but it is a rabbit with a pocket watch running. So definitely inspired by. And I think that's just a fun pattern. It looks really cute. And then the last one that stuck out to me in here, which I'm like, why did that stick out to me? And I wonder if it's just because I thought it was neat. And I could always take the letters and make something different. It's Happy Easter, but they're like made out of tulips and roses and daffodils. And I could spell my name. It's just S-A-R-A, And so I would have the 2 different A's as well. So that could be fun to do. Again, these simple, small floral designs have really like pulled my attention going through these magazines. All right, next up I have the Leisure Art magazine. And actually, so there's Leisure Arts, the magazine, and then they have Leisure Arts celebrations. So they're all like from Leisure Arts, but they're like 2 different brands of Leisure Arts, I guess. But anyways, we're just gonna go through. This is the February 1995 Leisure Arts magazine. Very 90s-esque there. The black turtleneck under the red sweater just really does it. I have one pattern that I marked, and this one, Blue Blossoms, but it's very much like the blue Delft pottery style. I think this is what inspired. Is that? No, that's a cross stitch. So they did just the square, and then they did the square in a frame. Just different ways that you could do it. That's pretty. Again, guess I shouldn't be surprised. Small florals. This is October 1994. I've got these going from newest to oldest, it looks like. But this one has a cute little, it's just a little jack-o'-lantern with mums, and the quilt blocks on the back are really pretty. So that's a fun little scene. Then we've got the August 1994. We've got a cute little bunny with a butterfly. Looks like a monarch sitting on its nose. Then we've got the June 1994. It just has a little birdhouse on the cover. This is the April 1994, and it's a really sweet duckling. He's got a top hat and a cane, and he's carrying the buckets of flowers. So cute, different. This is the, October 1991. Okay, it's got a raccoon, and it makes me think of Jimothy. For those of you who don't know, Jimothy is a raccoon in Seattle who has a shortened spine. So he looks very unique. Well, very unique is redundant. He looks unique, and he's kind of taken the internet by storm. Everyone loves Jimothy. Jimothy was not a thing when I first went through these, but there's a part of me that's like, maybe I just stitched the raccoon in honor of Jimothy. Probably won't, but that's fun. That was the October 1991. I don't remember if I gave the date for that one or not. This is display until June 25th. Volume 3, number 10. It's just a simple little garden gate scene with a verse. On the bulb there is a flower, in the seed an apple tree, in cocoons a hidden promise. Butterflies will soon be free. Him a promise. And I've got one pattern that I marked. Again, a nice simple small floral with this vase of tulips. It's really pretty. April 1989, and we just have a little porch scene with a quilt on a rocking chair. This is October 1989. We've got a little Noah's Ark themed sampler type. This is display until October 16th. Volume 2, number 13. Just got a simple little, I guess, seasonal houses. Yeah, spring, summer, autumn, winter views of different houses. And I've got one pattern that I marked in here. And I'm not usually one to go for like holiday themed stuff, but this cat rocking chair is so cute. I'm almost tempted to stitch it on like perforated paper or something and do it as an ornament. I think that's cute. Oh, the little rocker piece says Happy Hauntings. That's cute. This is the December 1988 edition, and it has a really sweet little Santa with a little girl. Again, I'm not big on the holiday themed stitching, so I didn't mark any in here. Oh my goodness. Oh, they stitched them separately. But it's a little girl with these geese. It's called Goose Girl. That's sweet. I like the one goose had a Santa hat. Okay, so these are the celebrations, which I think are themed around like holidays and seasons, which is why it's called Celebrations. This is the Autumn 1991 edition. So just a bunch of autumn themed projects, and not necessarily all cross stitch, I think, because it's got like this puffy quilt project featured, and then this is like applique project, so not just cross stitch. This is the Christmas 1990 edition, so again, not just cross stitch, we've got some other types of craft. This Santa looks demented. Then we've got the Autumn 1990, and I think that's the one that I marked. Again, I'm not one usually to do seasonal cross stitching. Let me hide the pattern. But these cats, I love these cats. So I think those are sweet. And the last one from that is the Summer 1990 edition. And I've actually got, it looks like 3 patterns marked in this one. All right, come on. First one, look at this pretty little wildflower bouquet. Again, small florals. I'm apparently a sucker for them. This one is called Father's Day, and it's just a simple little scene with a verse in it. Of all good times remembered when I was very young, my heart holds most dear the time my daddy spent with me. I was reading off of the pattern, so that was a little difficult. But I just thought that was a cute, simple little project. And then this one, which I find very interesting, I'm trying to decide. I think it has more instructions. Yeah, it's got instructions to make like this just fabric box, but then it also has this little cross stitch rose bunch. So again, small florals. I am a sucker for, apparently. But I thought those were cute as well. And that's the last of the magazines, other than the one that I am most excited to share. I have the last book. So this one I actually saw in the preview picture from the marketplace listing, and I looked it up beforehand and was like, oh, I actually think there's a few patterns in there I could see myself stitching. So even if this was the only thing that I ended up enjoying out of the whole package, I felt like it was going to be worth it. And that's the Better Homes and Gardens Beautiful Cross Stitch Designs and Projects. And I've got like 4 or 5 projects marked on here. So the first one is the Just Roses sampler. Again, small floral project. But it's so dainty. I have a feeling it's a lot of like confetti-ish stitching though. This is a floral favorite sampler. So again, another little floral project. This is baby animals, which I think is so stinking cute. Look at those baby animals. And then we've got baby animals kitty treat jar topper. Look how cute. Try not to show off too much of that pattern. And then we've got, I find this one really neat. I don't think I'd actually ever stitch it, but it's the Asian symbol sampler. I like the contrast of the colors against the black Ada, I think they stitched the sample on. Oh, 28 count black Jobelan. It's not Ada. But yeah, I like the contrast. And this one I think is really neat. Again, it's not flowers, but it's like botanical. Botanical things have really like captured my attention. This is Gems of Nature. So it's got a bunch of different like butterflies and insects and hummingbirds. So I think that's really neat. And that's it from that one. So those were the books and the rest of the magazines. And the other thing that I have to share is actually the one that I'm most excited for. And I've been debating if I just share it with you all or if I also include the clip of me, because what I did is I recorded myself as I was initially going through the box, just in case there was some treasure in there to get my first initial reaction. And I have the clip of me coming across this. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna insert that clip so you get to see like my first initial reaction. I think I get very excited, so I might be a little louder, but hopefully it's not. I have a lizard crawling on my window. Anyways, I'm gonna insert that clip and let you all enjoy seeing me get excited over finding this pattern. We've got, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I am so excited that I was recording for this one. I've been wanting to get this. It's the Nora Corbett. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Ah! I have wanted to get that one for so long and I've just never, oh my gosh, I am so excited. Oh my gosh. Ah, page 51. Look at her. She's so pretty. Oh my gosh. That makes it worth it. Oh my gosh. That makes it worth it. I am so excited about that. Okay. Cross Stitching Country Crafts. Okay, this was the April 1998 edition, and this is the March. All right, so I hope you all enjoyed getting to see me excited. I just think that it's such a cool find, and it actually, you know, I need to sit down and actually read it, but it has the whole like feature on Nora Corbett, and it's got some pictures of some of her other patterns. I don't think I've ever seen anyone stitch, I think, ooh, is she? No, she's not stitching this one. Katie from Red Stitchery stitches a lot of Noras, and she's stitching one that I've never seen anyone stitch right now. It's one of the older ones, but I think it's like a mom with a baby, but this one is like the baby's in the boat and stuff. So just some really, really pretty. Her older stuff is really cool. So here's the kiss. Andrew, the runner stitcher, has been, I don't think he's been working on it. He's not finished it. I think, Liz, oh, I can't remember her handle. She just, I think, finished this one. I'll have to link it down below. But yeah, there's some really pretty Noras, and what I've learned is that you can't go off of the preview pictures on the pattern because they're so low quality. Seeing a higher quality photo makes a huge difference. But I am so excited for this. I hope to be able to start it soon. I might make it my next year, like a spring start next year or something. Katie, who I mentioned a little bit ago, she did a stitch along with this last year, I think. Last year or the year before, which is what alerted me to the presence of this magazine. And because I was always like, it's fine looking at the picture, but seeing her stitch it in the more detailed view of it in that way made me fall in love with it. So I'm excited to get to work on this. And that is my projects. And I hope you all enjoyed getting to look through these magazines with me. If you have one that you saw that you're excited for, let me know below. Or if there's a magazine with a cross-stitch pattern that's like your unicorn or whatever one you're excited to find one day, I want to know. I think we forget sometimes that magazines are a great resource for patterns, and there's some really, really neat ones, especially these older ones. There's a lot of really older magazines with some cool cross-stitch patterns. So let me know below, and I think that's all I have. So hopefully in the next couple of days I'll record my next floss tube update, which is going to be really short because, as I mentioned before, life was crazy in July, and I think I only worked on one project, and that, yeah. But there's that, and what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave you all with some clips from when I was initially going through the box of magazines when Sister decided that she was in need of all of the love and affection. And I hope you enjoy those little clips of Sister and her unique need for being held like a baby. So again, thanks for joining, and here is Sister yearning for attention. Okay, we're gonna see how far I can get now because my phone storage got full, so I had to go and delete some things. Anyway, Sister has decided to join in. I don't even know what I was sharing. So we're just gonna go to the next in the stack. August 1994, little bunny with a butterfly. Very cute. We've got Leisure Arts, June 1994. Got a little birdhouse there. Oops. And we've got another For the Love of Cross Stitch, September 1990. Little America, USA, patriotic. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Patriotic themed one there on the cover. Country Quackers to Cross Stitch. 13 charts in all. Oh my goodness, Sister. 1985. So just lots of ducks. 1990. Come here. You can sit in my lap, babe. Here, is this what you need? Stony Creek Cross Stitch, December 2004. All their little Christmas goodies. All right, as you can see, I have a baby who needs attention. I'm still so excited over this. Also, I think it's really cool to have this one. I'm going to organize what all I have here, and we'll see about some future videos where I show off a little more in detail everything when I'm not stressing over a cat who needs attention and a phone that's almost full of storage. So thanks for joining along for the fun of this, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.